This capsule was built shopping only on Prime Wardrobe. Hello there, I'm Fernanda, and I don't know about you, but I essentially only use Amazon to shop for things that I am already familiar with. When it comes to shopping for new things, I am super skeptical of the quality that I am going to get. I question that the reviews are even real, and overall I've had some very negative experiences when the item arrives and it's nothing like what was on the website. However, I find myself being targeted constantly by Amazon fashion ads, and I have to admit that the clothes seem so cute that a lot of the times I find myself swiping through, if not legitimately clicking through and assessing the quality of an item, seeing if I want to purchase it. But then when I look at the reviews and what the items are made of, I don't know, I can just never bring myself to actually hope for the best and purchase something. But I was so curious that I thought, you know what, I have to try this. If it doesn't work out, at the very least, it'll make for a hilarious video. So here we are. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I make videos to help you create a wardrobe that you love without having to buy a million things to do so. If you're into that, go ahead and hit subscribe, ring that bell so you're notified every time I post new videos, and give this video a big thumbs up if you like capsule wardrobes. Once I decided that I was going to take the plunge, I started just by shopping Amazon regularly for things that needed replacing in my wardrobe. And I found this to be incredibly frustrating. When I shop, if it's not a heck yes, it's a no. And none of the things that I was finding were a heck yes for me. I was having such a frustrating time and spending so much time pointlessly roaming on the website that I decided I needed help. So I called a friend and I asked for some tips. This is when I discovered that Amazon has a feature called Prime Wardrobe. When you're using Prime Wardrobe, you can order up to 8 items to try on for free at your home for a period of 7 days. Not all of the items ship together, but the period doesn't start until the last item arrives at your home. Whatever you haven't initiated a return for at the end of the 7-day trial gets charged to your card, and essentially anything that you order off of Prime Wardrobe is 100% returnable. It seemed like a pretty risk-free way to try clothing from Amazon, so I thought, you know what? Let's give it a shot. While I was doing my research, I did come across some excellent best tips and practices to follow when shopping for clothing on Amazon, but the best ones are the following. First, try to stick to shopping for only Amazon brands. There's a little tab that you can use to filter everything that it's showing you that says our brands, because those items tend to be a little bit better quality than anything anybody can put on the platform. And the second one is to stick to shopping for brands that you are already familiar with. And I don't know why this hadn't occurred to me in the past, because that is essentially how I use the website anyway. But there's tons of clothing brands that I already love and am familiar with. Items like Madewell and Blondo and Calvin Klein and all of these brands that I already trust the quality of that are just using Amazon as their retailer. Prime Wardrobe does have a shop by style feature, which I personally found incredibly helpful because there is so much inventory already on Amazon that sifting through all of them was becoming so time consuming. But when I gave it an idea of the style that I was looking for, it helped me to get an idea of what was available on the platform, and it essentially saved me so much time. So I highly recommend you check that one out. I did end up shopping for some items, and because Prime Wardrobe allows you up to 8 items, I figured 8-item mini capsule wardrobe. I did feel like I was taking a gamble with some of the items that I ordered in terms of quality, but you know, we will see. Everything has arrived and I have it here, but it's still in the bags. I have not opened or looked at anything, so it's gonna be my first impression at the same time as your first impression. Let's take a look. This is kind of satisfying. What do we have here? This is one of the items that I was very skeptical of when it comes to quality because of the material. I believe this ended up being rayon, but we'll see. This is a blouse. It's just white with a little print. It is a little see-through. I don't know how much you can see through there, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be, I have to admit. There's some threads that are already loose. It's not great, I have to admit, but I think this was one of the least expensive items. I will put a little tag somewhere in the video letting you know how much this costs. It's 95% polyester and 5% spandex. I personally don't love polyester clothing because I just feel like it's not very breathable and it smells kind of weird, but we'll see. It wouldn't be a capsule wardrobe video if I didn't have everything back up here, so these I'm excited about. I've been wanting a pair of faux leather leggings for a while, and these, even though I am personally not familiar with the brand, they had great reviews. So this is what they look like. They do feel nice actually, and they have a little zipper at the bottom, which is a very nice touch. The quality itself doesn't look like it is amazing. Some of the finishings already have frayed ends, but I guess what can you expect? But overall, these don't look bad. I'm curious to see how they will look on, because that will make a really big difference. I don't know, man. But okay, let's see. Oh, this is my receipt. Oh, this is handy. Those leggings were actually expensive. They were $67.95. So I think that's a lot for the quality that they are, but we'll see once I try them on. So this is something from the Amazon brands, and already I can tell that the packaging is a little bit better. I just needed a very simple t-shirt, which this is actually really nice. I love the color. It's just a V-neck t-shirt. It's finished a little strangely. It's not entirely symmetrical. I want to show you a close-up of this. In here, I don't know if you can see that, you can see some of the stitching on the side of the neck, but then over here you cannot. My guess is that it is actually meant to look like that, and that this is just a mistake, that they just decided to go with it. So, you know, not the best quality, but like I said, that's what we expected. I wanted a dress for spring, and we'll see. This looks cute. Oh, it has pockets. I always like pockets. 100% polyester. What is to be expected? I personally don't love that idea, but I do want to see how it looks. It looks kind of blah, but I have to say, other than that, the quality looks pretty good if you don't consider the quality of the actual material, which is pretty see-through. I can see the light right there through the window. But I bet this could look really cute on. That's not bad, and it's a really nice color. Let's put this over here. That could look really nice or like huge. We'll see. So these were one of the ones that I was like, okay, I know this brand. I know it's a really good brand, and this is actually a really good deal on what I needed. I got just a regular pair of Levi's high-rise super skinny 720 because I did feel like I needed a darker pair than the one that I'm currently wearing, and I know of a ton of girlfriends that really like this brand, so I figured this was a good way to try it without having to pay for shipping directly or anything like that. Since this is meant to be a capsule wardrobe on its own, I did buy a pair of shoes so that I could wear with all of these things. And I ended up finding this really nice pair of boots. I believe these are Kenneth Cole, and they were the most expensive item in the wardrobe, but I thought I needed a new pair, and these look really nice. I like the sole. This is a really good sole for winter. And I also like that there's a zipper going all the way up and down. So these look great. I want to see if I can put them up there so that you can see. So as usual, boots are there. I do want to point out, it's interesting that the box itself doesn't say Kenneth Cole. There's this message. This item has been repackaged in recyclable, frustration-free packaging because the original box was damaged in transit. A few more items. So this item is an outlier. This is actually not part of the 8-piece Prime Wardrobe Capsule that I built because I had originally found this sweater on Prime Wardrobe in red, and while I really liked it, I was unsure if I liked the red color enough for me, so I wanted it in black instead, but the black color wasn't part of Prime Wardrobe. So that is kind of weird. I got them both, so you will be able to see them both. But then this one, if I don't end up keeping it, I'll just return on its own. But so far, I like it. This one is the best quality so far, other than the jeans and the boots, which are brands that we already know and love. I'm gonna hang these sweaters like this, but just know that hanging sweaters is practically sacrilege because it basically just makes them stretch out and lose their shape. So you wanna fold them instead. But this is what I do for showing you guys. So this is the other one of the layers that I got, which now that I think about it, I should have stuck more to a color palette. This looks very similar to the color I'm wearing. It looks very red on camera, but it's actually more of a like deep berry color. I wanted a layer that I could wear both on its own, buttoned down, and also something that I could wear on top of a tank top or this blouse or something like that to give it a little bit more of a focal point and interest, and also for warmth. This is very, very thin. You can see directly through the fabric, so it's not going to keep me very warm, but it might be a good knit for spring. This looks like it's actually an Amazon brand. So it looks pretty good, Larkin Row. The quality is honestly a lot better than I expected. What is this made of? Extra button, always a good sign. Merino wool. Okay, let's see. That's already 8 pieces. I just want to show you the red sweater that is actually part of my Prime Wardrobe box, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So this is a red version of the sweater. Not bad as far as the color goes. I usually have trouble with reds. Brighter reds tend to just look a little bit clownish on me, and deeper reds look a little bit better. But I did want to try it just because I have so much black stuff already. So we'll see. This is part of my Prime Wardrobe box, and this is the one that it's not, but it's the exact same sweater, just in a different color. So let me put it up. At the time when I shopped for everything, I felt like the likelihood of me keeping everything was probably like 10%. I do feel like seeing everything now laid out here firsthand, I feel like that likelihood has gone up a little bit higher. Not a ton, probably like 20%. But it really just depends on once I actually try it on and see how it fits in my body and whether I like it or not. So this is the entirety of the capsule. And I have to say, for how many pieces of clothing I got, I didn't spend that much money at all. For the 8 pieces that were on the Prime Wardrobe Capsule, I spent a total of $369. I, on top of it, chose to get that sweater in 2 different colors, so it brings up the price a little bit. But I have to say, this is a pretty good deal. Like, being able to order this many pieces to my home and trying them on in the comfort of my own home with my wardrobe and all of these things without having my card being charged at all, I think it's a pretty good deal. We'll see how the return goes, but I will dive deeper into that probably in another video or in the description box below, so keep an eye out for that. I'm thinking I still want to put together a capsule combinations video based on this capsule so that we can see how many outfits can be put together with an 8-piece wardrobe, and also so we can get into the quality of the items a little bit more. If that is something that you're interested in seeing, leave me a comment below or give this video a big thumbs up and let me know, like, are you an Amazon shopper? Why or why not? Personally, I don't know if I'm going to continue with this practice, but it's nice to know that it can be done with something as convenient and quick as Amazon. If you are interested in creating your own capsule wardrobe, then I will leave you linked my how to create a capsule wardrobe for beginners video. I'm positive that it will help you out a lot, regardless of whether you're starting from scratch or with the stuff that you already own. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern.